I
Hi, good evening. I'm not home, so I don't know where exactly we're up to.
I have it marked. Um, we are on, yes, we are in Ospays.
yeah,
So
right.
it's Orot HaTechiyah,
Yeah.
Ospays, and we're on my book. It's page Nun.
Give me some more.
Uh, so we're about on that page. We're about a quarter of the way from the bottom.
Give me some
Starts
more.
with Yeshnam Ba'olam Chasidim, Philosophim.
Chassid philosophy. Mm, yeah, well, let's do a search. That's the easy way to do it. Mm, Oops. CD, we said?
Yeshnam Ba'olam
Got it.
Chasidim,
Yeah. Okay.
Philosophim, Anshe Kodesh.
Got it. Okay, here we are. Um, so uh, the let's backtrack a little bit. The so the we're here to bring down to do the Melechas Hatzinoros, bring down the pipeline of kedusha, pipelines of kedusha to this world, and to things should bring the pipeline should come from the ideal of Kis HaTorah, the pure idea of God. And that to be through our ideal Lumisa Torah, through our pure nationalism. This is not just individuals, but in the entire nation. V'yesh Balam Chasidim. They're in the world Hasidim Philosophin, which is kind of like there's something we almost think that as an oxymoron in Judaism, right? I think Hasidim and Philosophim don't go together. Either philosopher or Chassid, not both. Certainly, the Gra said that about the Rambam, that a philosophia aruhit also, that he was led astray by the Christian philosophy. So this is kind of like very the deep parts of ways with that attitude of the Gra and saying that there is this idea of Hasidim Philosophim. Uh, in other words, they're righteous people, pious people who are philosophers. Philosophers are pious people. And Kodesh, Anshe Maisa. People are people, holy people, and people who, I'm sorry, Anshe Elohim, and divine people. But that's individuals. However, Ein Bolam Umah. There is not in the world no nation. Shenishmasa Tzmis, whose intrinsic soul, lo tuchal ishlenkim apia magama shedeh Elokisa Elyon Bolam. Wow, it's a major statement, but of Kook. He says there's no other nation which can only find its perfection by a purpose or a direction of the divine idea, being supreme in the world. So it's you can be an American, a German, a Yugoslav, they're not Yugoslav anymore, a Serbian, you can be a Congolese, you can be Chadian, you can be Chinese, you can be Indian, you name it, you can be anything, and you don't need God, the idea, ideologis. And you can fulfill your national destiny independently of the ideologies. Uh, of course, these nations could also have Hasidim, who are pious people. That being pious is not intrinsic to their national identity. This, but really, he's saying, although in his own unique signon, the idea of Reb Sadia Gaon that umosenu eino uma ela b'torasa. Our nation is only a nation through its Torah. In other words, the nationalism of Judaism is united to the Torah of Judaism, or here he's saying Idea Lokis, the idea of the divinity. Okay, so without that, Am Yisrael is not Am Yisrael. Ruach Shalem Ruchos Kol Amim. There's a different spirit from the spirits of all nations. Tachas Kol Shemai Muchrach Shetieh Lo. This also compels. It has to also have Kanki Kolom Yuchedes and also Lo. It's got to have its own economy, which is unique to it. In other words, we have to have our own economic system. We have our own socio-economic system because it's got to be in accordance with our purpose in this world. And if it's not according to purpose, our national destiny is not complete, not fulfilled. So you can have a nation which identifies itself very well by its sports, or his, Reb Nachman, I believe, says if you want to look at the character of a nation, look at its entertainment.
Mm.
So he didn't use the word entertainment. I think he says it's a cloak. So but Judaism doesn't work that way. So he says it has to have its own, and it has to have its own economic system, which is unique to a nation which is based on ideologies. So which supports it, strengthens its power, fortifies its strength, gives its existence. Judaism cannot rely on the sustenance of general civilization. Which does not have within it those portions. I think he means so like those vitamins. Or those building blocks. From which its spiritual body, it's interesting, its spiritual body is built, right? You're going to have physical bodies, which Am Yisrael could have similarities to the nations of the world, but not spiritual bodies. It's different. Sorry, skip back. במשך, בבחינה, הוא שונה מכל העמים?
Ikris, Bechina Ikris.
בבחינה איקריס?
Ikrit, yes.
I don't have the word here. בבחינה איקריס הוא שונה מרוח כל העמים? Is that it?
Yes.
So just that word Ikris added in there? Okay.
No, it's part of the original thing.
I'm saying, but between the word Shebekina and the word who, it has the word Ikaris?
Yes.
Okay, so that way, that which in this fundamental aspect, we're different in all the nations. Loni shlab is that b'shum evidence outside of Rashi doesn't deprive, doesn't negate our humanity. Although I sometimes wonder about that more frequently since the beginning of the Gaza war, which is that you see, I don't see many rabbis being concerned with humanity. So I'm not so sure about that. You could say, well, nobody's concerned with humanity anymore. Humanity is a 20th century concept, not a 21st century concept. But it's rough when it seems that the Pope is more concerned with humanity than rabbis are. Okay, I know all the answers. Don't get me wrong. I'm well aware of all the justifications and rationalizations, but it bothers me. So I don't think Rav Kook would have been pleased with his Talmidim and how they negate the humanity of other human beings. So feel free to say something if you don't agree.
No, you're spot on.
Okay. Shabo, so again, Lo Shabbos is also a Tzad Rashi, the sign of humanity, Shabo Shava Choladam, which which are equivalent to other people. Umitzito, he's Kuka Gamachal Kol Trabusis, and on that account also requires a civil sustenance. In other words, it has to have Judaism has to have a civilization. Together with its spirituality. You can't, since Judaism is a nationality with a national aspect to it, it's got to have not just a kalkala which is economic, but also a kalkala which is civil. Next to its spiritual side, like any spiritual sustenance which every person needs to have in this area. This sustenance will not exempt it from its special character of the sustenance which it requires. You know, Bialik is famous for having said that Judaism will only achieve its national status, its contemporary status as a nationality when we have the first Jewish criminals in the state, not the state of Israel, was in Palestine at the time, and and then Bialik, who of course was learned in Voloshin and then went off to Derech, well, very much opposed the idea of, well, you know, we have to be a nation like, which is based on ideologies. No, we should be a nation which has criminals, right? That'll make us normal, right? So Kook is saying we're not normal. Yes, we have normal aspects to us, and we need to have norms, and we need to have civilization, but we have to transcend that. Vim Tirad, if you will see, here. If you see some foreign spirits coming, to uproot us from our our special source of life, or it's a source for special life. At least and to just let it be have satisfied, is the extreme example, only with the general sustenance. And certainly, if a strong negation and a compelling negation, it will deny that special sustenance, which is essential, which is unique in sustaining our spirit, and sustaining the base of our existence. Know that you have an enemy in front of you. With all of the internal strength which you possess, you must stand up against this statement. The good, the divine good within it and the world, which will only be revealed by a perfected existence in its land, not the Bialik existence. This is its ideal characteristic. The independent creativity and scientific inquiry, I guess he means, which continues to illuminate. They are wonderful branches. Thank you. For its unique, its ideal characteristic. In other words, we're a bit towing their Adherents here. We do like the idea of having, you know, allied pursuits to the pursuit of the ideologies, which are the, you know, the Yitzhira, creativity, and Mado. But even these two cannot come to the heights of their loftiness. Only when the higher spirit will be preserved within the people, and within the Jews, based on its unique nature. Which is uplifting from any human creativity, and any science and any vision of the heart, which I guess means here a non-divine vision. We are different than that, like heavens are higher than earth, and like the thoughts of God and his pathways are higher than the thoughts of human beings and their pathways. And when there'll be preserved in the people a strategy which will bring the nature of the spirit to a healthiness in terms of its characteristic, which is of Judaism, in the nation in its totality, both in Rishmi, in an official way. Okay, it's interesting. He's like saying that we need to have an official a hallmark of our society should be the Ruach HaDinah, not just a informal manifestation, but something which is embedded in the system. In any character of public policy or public activity. ויחידים לפי אופי יוסף, and in individuals, לפי אופי יוסף אפשר לקרוא בחינוכם דיוסם, according to the personality which is most possible for them to absorb in their education and their knowledge. In other words, I think what he's saying is that there's a minimal public policy, and then there are individuals who can take that further, right? Azim Tulem Eitzah Madach Chavshi, then creativity and free science will find Kar Nirchav Ubatol B'Kibbah, a wide and secure pillow, platform, cushion within Judaism. Chazan Shibatul B'Kav Klasam Yuchedes, and as long as Judaism is secure in its unique economy, Teda Beta will know definitively Kitashuv Lo Libracha Kama so its general economy will also work out well. Right? This is the Berzaiche. So then things work out across the board. You know, like the second Parshat Shema, right? If everything's work out, the Vasafta Ganecha, everything will be fine. Okay, but without the essential core, it doesn't work. And we need that general economy, no worse, no less than the other nation. And maybe we need even more. You know, you got to support all those yeshivas. It costs a lot of money, so we need to have much more support than other nations, perhaps. When people who are hasty of heart come and mock our spirit, and they kick with a cruel leg, the strategies of its life, he mischalcheles. The nation is in trembles. If Yodaske Sorahila, he knows that something bad is happening. The question of the essential character and the value of this recognition of the I think he means the affliction of this anguish. You can't figure it out based on the masses and what they feel. They have no idea what the loss would be. Only for the people who have heart, who understand the content of the vision. So only they can understand the loss of not having the unique qualities they're supposed to have. But the nation yearns to fulfill its character, personality. Okay, I said before already. This fulfillment also requires free creativity, and science, and the best understanding thereof. Nevertheless, he sees that these destructive forces, which are like strangers to us, they cause us that in order to protect our unique spirit, at times when it's under attack, Listom Chalonos says, why does Am Yisrael set itself off from the Yitzira and from Mada? Right? It should be welcome them because of the danger, because people don't understand how to do it properly and why it's essential, what context it is. Therefore, we have to close our windows, to block out the illumination, the external illumination, of Yitzira, of creativity and science, which are not specialized in a proper clarity to fit with our inner spirit. Because in the name of such creativity and science, they come as maskilim and not bikosim to erase our character. And even will say, well, they can't have an absolute victory against us, but they're saying in this manner. Not sure what he means by that. Of conserving only
the narrow view.
Okay, if we can't so it means we can't be successful if we preserve only a narrow view. Nevertheless, you got to batten down the hatches, as it says. You have to give whatever you can, even to the price of your success, in order to sustain your inner soul. Osam Shei Be'emes Leim Ruach Ometz, but those who are truly full of courage, based on Mashber in such a time of crisis, Tzuchim Em Akriz Paresh, they have to announce and they have to clarify. Shetaksisei HaChaim HaKadoshim, the strategies of holy life, HaTorah VaMitzvahs, Shei Milei Miruach U'umah, that are full from the spirit of the nation, both Tzchim B'Kibam, It's Koach HaTechiyah, and stockpile within them the power of its life, but Tzibur Michal, its unique character. Hey, Meima, Bosi Sayos, Muftach, they are actually the most secure basis. Also for free creativity, Lamada and science, and also for the blossoming of the nation, and knowing its ideals.
He also.
It's a resurrection, and its construction. Okay, very nice piece.
Yes, beautiful. So
Okay.
everything he says is very top down.
Oh, yes.
He's completely a top down philosopher. He's not giving any practicalities or
no.
Do this, don't do this. He's just giving a conceptual life.
He expects us to. It's interesting. Of course, there are two different approaches in Muslim. One is, we'll speak basic stuff and tell you what it's like, and the other is we'll speak gavo, and hope that you aspire to climb up to where we are. Rav Kook is firmly in the second camp.
Yes, definitely.
All right, shkoyach.
Very good. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Oh, by the way, today is Aaron Berger's birthday. So
I wish him a birthday. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to send him right now.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care.